Every year, hundreds of Nigerians lose their lives due to insecurity, and as the years go by, the situation has failed to abate, making it Nigeria's toughest challenge so far. From banditry in the northwest and north-central to terrorism in the northeast and militancy in the south-south to calls for cessation in the southeast, among several others. Nigeria is dealing with a myriad of security challenges on its hands. It is on this premise that the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto, Bishop Matthew Kuka, is sending a strong message to the incoming administration of Mr. Bola Tinubu. He wants him to make the safety of Nigerians a top priority by addressing the prevailing security challenge. He also wants the president-elect to push for the reconciliation of Nigerians divided along ethnic lines by events leading up to and after the 2023 general election. Joining us for this discussion is Abimbola Aboderin, political affairs analyst and entrepreneur. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Now, when you looked at Bishop Kuka's message, a regular, like a lot of persons have said, he addressed certain persons. He began with a current president, wondering if he has achieved his dream of fulfilling the promises he made to Nigerians, talking about addressing insecurity, bringing back the girls, addressing corruption and all of it. Then he moved to the president-elect. Now, let's begin with the President Muhammadu Buhari. Okay. From your assessment, talk to us with regards to insecurity. Would you say that the president has been able to move us from where we are in 2015, because that was the response one of his aides gave, that Nigeria is not where we used to be in 2015, or before 2015, rather?
Well, thank you very much, because I happen to be more or less a defense expert. I've studied in America for my master's degree, and California. I came in to Nigeria and I went to defense. People like General Babangida, we can say it, General Aguai, General Kaziri, AVM, Admiral Fingesi and all that, Admiral Yaku. I spent a lot of time trying to make Nigeria strong. Because we need to be strong. If you proclaim to be a leader, you have to be strong. So I introduced so many things to them. But at that time, I guess, people were not ready for what I was thinking, However, I think President Buhari probably tried the best. But we need to, there's a lot we need to do in terms of, we have to put radars all over the place.
How do you mean?
Radars will detect whoever comes in, whoever goes out.
Surveillance radars.
Radars will go over the place. I took them abroad a lot of time to observe, air defense system. So radars, and then you have anti-aircraft guns everywhere. And all over, including the airports. So we know who's coming, is going out. So I guess if those things are done, a proper air defense system, and also all these things, people they stealing them oil. If you have submarines in the Navy, which I took them, General Yako and all of them, Abdul Yako, all of them to Germany for. But you have to put a proper air defense in place. That's what we have to do first if you want to have security. And then the issue of poverty. Because there are so many people suffering in this country. So if you give a man 5,000 naira to carry a gun, you carry a gun. So we have to identify, the problems, which I think is poverty. We have to look at it and see what we can do to minimize the suffering in this nation before we can have a good security.
Right. But the priority, just like Bishop Kuka said, is not infrastructure, but and the likes, but security. you agree that, all across the country, there are, pockets alarming, rates of insecurity. Only moments ago, we were speaking about the relentless killings in Benue State, for example. In addressing the issue of security or insecurity in this context now, what areas do you think the incoming administration should also do to tackle this head-on?
Like I said before, you have to make the armed forces very strong first. And then you want to identify why are people doing this. Nigeria was not like this before. What I think about is there's so much poverty. People are stealing so much money. Each time I hear hundreds of billions of them are missing, maybe they are not accounting for it. It is very sad. Yeah. So when a lot of money like that is, when everybody hear it, and they feel very angry, and they can't even eat. Nobody's doing the manufacturing anymore. So we need to put out everything before we can do anything. We have to make sure that we take care of the masses, particularly the youth. There's nothing for them. We have to encourage Nigerians to bring money back. The money they're taking abroad, there's no need taking money abroad. Nigeria is very important. And then people don't respect you if everybody else is poor and you have money. They think they laugh at you abroad. I studied A-levels in England, first and second degree in California. And I traveled in California. It was beautiful, but Nigeria is almost equally beautiful. So you have to think of Nigeria first. There's not people buy houses all over the world for what? Think of Nigeria. This is where we all be proud of, and because we are the leaders of the black world, we have to make sure that we do something for the masses so that people will respect us. If otherwise nobody will respect you. So if we do, for example, the president-elect said something that I like. He said if we organize loans for youths,
credits.
I was happy,
right?
Because I'm US trained, and I know what they do for people. They give them loans, and they pay after work, after school when they work instrumentally. And he also said he will also bring credit system to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I think it's absolutely beautiful if you can do that. Also, because if you have in place the energy for NEPA, water and all these things, make sure that the health is good, and also education. We have a great nation. We need to do that. So I hope that I'm sure that it will do that. If we do that, if we do that, that's going to be a long way into solving the problem that we have. Security, insecurity. People are hungry.
Now,
they're hungry.
Right. The matter of poverty, according to the reports that we have seen in recent times, Nigerians, mean about 130 million Nigerians, are said to be under multi-dimensional poverty. And just to break it down to specifics, how you would want the government to addressing this matter of poverty, and how states can also come in to work hand in hand with the federal government to address this matter.
Well, like I said, basic things that we are not patriotic. Most Nigerians think about they go to government to take money. They go there and steal so much money that how much is left for the people? If you can minimize corruption to the barest minimum, then think of Nigeria and think of, you want to travel abroad. Everybody sees what it's like. They are not made by angels. They're made by human beings. So if you love Nigeria, and then you do the right things, that you see over there. It's not easy. It's not difficult for us because all I have to do is to see America. What they have done most things that we are trying to do now. But that doesn't mean that we have to take everything that they do. Some things that it doesn't fit for us. But however, if we look at them and look at the areas we can copy, particularly in areas if we have light now, it will go a long way. And it will make people, and they have water at home. And then manufacturing, encourage manufacturers. And the students, the young people, there's nothing for them. We have to do something with them, urgently. We have to make sure that these loans and everything they arrange for them. It will go a long way. And the states must also do the same thing.